So this is for the people that started living a healthier lifestyle, started doing healthier things for themselves, started getting to the gym, started eating healthier, all the things that aligned with their overall health and fitness goals. That's you. All right. And you've built some momentum. You've got a little bit of time under your belt of building some consistency with all of this. You're starting to feel good. You're starting to see some results. But then life happens. Something came up. You got sick, right? You got sick and you couldn't go to the gym for a week. Or a family member got sick. Or something happened at work where a project was due and you were working overtime, right? A lot of different things can get in the way of us building real consistency on our fitness journey. And I know that those little things can really affect your progress. And as somebody who spent the first 5 years of my fitness journey being extremely inconsistent, there were a lot of opportunities for me to fall off. And I did. And when I would fall off, when those things would come up, when I would get sick, when something happened, when I did have to work more, or something was going on with my roommate, literally anything. We all have lives and we all have different things that happen. So anytime something would come up, I would not only fall off by not showing up because I was sick or X, Y, or Z or whatever was going on, but then I would be out for even longer because I would beat myself up. I would get discouraged. That only pushed me back further when it came to building any real momentum. I could be really solid too, going to the gym consistently 4 or 5 days a week for 6 months. And then something happened to where I would get sick and maybe I was out for a week or two. And when I would go to get back into the gym, I was just getting comfortable with not going again. And then I get upset at myself for not being super motivated to go again. It was just kind of this constant spiral. So I think it's really important for all of us to have a backup game plan for when life comes up, for when things happen, to kind of ease our way back into the gym and to make it as easy as possible for us to ease our way back into the gym. So I want you to ask yourself these questions when you are getting back into a gym routine, when you're starting to get back on track, when you're trying to ease back in after a little small lull of not going to the gym. The first thing is, how many days will you commit to going to the gym this week? So if you're out of the gym right now, which you probably are if you're watching this because of the holidays or whatever reason, how many days this next week can you commit? Because I know if you're building some momentum on your fitness journey, you were probably going 4 or 5 days a week. You probably had things dialed in to where you were going pretty consistently, but jumping right back into full-time fitness, it's going to be a big adjustment for you. So I always like to ease back in. Commit to something small, like 3 days a week. Whatever your thing is, depending on what you're actually able to do. But don't set the bar at 6 days a week and then try to hit that, because at the end of the day, if you're unable to hit that 6 days this week, which is a lot for anybody, right? Unless you're a bodybuilder, you don't need to be going to the gym 6 days a week. But if you are trying to rebuild some consistency, make a plan to do something that's actually possible. So let's say this week for sure you can go 2 days or 3 days. Figure out how many days a week you're going to actually go to the gym and commit to that amount. All right. That's why it's important to make it something that's actually doable and not super out of reach. Second thing, list down those specific days. I know you guys know your schedule right now. You have an idea of what's going on. So list out the specific days that you're actually going to be able to show up. If you have a half day on Friday and you can hit the gym in the afternoon, do that. If you're off on weekends and you can hit the gym Saturday and Sunday, do that. If you have a late start on Mondays or Wednesdays and you can go in the morning, do that. But list out specifically those days that you're going to commit to going to so that you know and you have a plan of a day, a time, and where you're going. Because from the book that I have read, Atomic Habits, it talks about how there was a study done where in a college, I don't think it was Harvard, but it's a pretty well-known college, where they had 3 different groups that wanted to lose weight. And every single one of them, they gave them a task that they were going to do for the next however long for the study. The first group was just told, just note when you go to the gym. That's it. The second group was told, note when you go to the gym, and you're going to read this educational material and this motivational material. The third group was told to write down the specific days this week times, days, location that they are going to go to the gym. And the people who just wrote it down, they doubled their chances of actually doing it. They increased their chances of actually doing it. So just having a plan in place where you understand exactly what days, times, and when you're going to go is going to increase the likelihood that you actually show up. All right. So make that plan. 3, who can you count on for support in this process of rebuilding your routine? Is that a spouse? Are you dating somebody that understands your goals a little bit and maybe they can encourage you or hold you accountable? Is there a roommate that's down to go to the gym with you? Or maybe you have a friend, whatever your thing is, who can support you in this process? And how can they support you? All right. 4, what kind of conversations do you need to have in order for you to do that? All right. Do you need to talk to your boss about, hey, I can't come in early every single day anymore? That's it. Or you need to talk with your wife about, hey, I can't do all of these chores on Saturdays. I need it to be moved to a different day. Or do you need to talk to your roommate about stop having people over so late because I need to make sure I'm getting my sleep? What conversations do you need to have with the people around you in order to ensure that you're going to be able to show up in the way that you need to show up? This is all a part of the boundary setting that comes with starting to take care of yourself. Self-care, especially when you're burnt out, recovering from burnout, super tired, you have a lot going on, you're always working on something. You've got to start protecting your space. In order to start protecting your space, you need to start having conversations, and you really need to start holding the people around you to a certain standard as well. You can't let them pull you into their BS. You can't let them take advantage of you. You've really got to learn how to stick up for yourself and advocate for yourself. Otherwise, you're never going to get the things that you need in your life. 5, what old habits come up for you when you find yourself slipping and falling? So this is more so for in speaking in the future, but right now, what things have you started doing again that you stopped doing while you were focusing on building a solid health routine? What things have started to slip back into your life? Are you drinking a little bit more? Are you smoking a little bit more? Are you spending time with people that party a little bit more? What are the habits that have started peaking up again now that you've kind of started to slip and fall back? All right. Take note of those things. And what can you do to avoid or discontinue doing those habits? Can you substitute different things? Can you do something else? Can you go on a walk instead of drinking? Can you make a phone call instead of smoking? What substitutions can you make? Can you avoid those things? Can you avoid hanging out with those certain people? Can you avoid going to the bar? Can you avoid chilling with your roommate and inviting a bunch of people over? What things can you do to combat those vices that may be slipping up into your life that are preventing you from having the energy to go to the gym, having the motivation to go to the gym, actually going to the gym? Are they time-consuming things? Are you doing things like going out on the weekends instead of making sure you get sleep? What's really going on? And the last but not least, what can you do to support yourself in this moment of getting back on track? What are the things that you can do to assist as well? Do you need to make sure that you clean up your house so you have clean space in your mind? Do you need to make sure the dogs are taken care of so you open up that space? Do you need to make sure you're getting your supplements back in? You need to go get some supplements from the store. Do you need to throw away the alcohol in your house? What are the things that you can do to support yourself in all of this? Because at the end of the day, yes, we can have the conversations. Yes, we can set the boundaries. Yes, we can do all of these different things with the people around us. However, we are our only real, true advocates. Because if you're not sticking up for yourself, like I said before, other people aren't going to be eager to stick up for you. You got to have the conversations that you need to have, even if they are scary. And you've got to show up as the person that you strive to be. So if you are somebody that struggles with slipping off track when things come up, that's okay. We're all human. I'm not here to dog on you and say that you're doing something wrong or you're doing a bad job. I'm just here to tell you that there is a way to get back into the gym. There is a way to get back on routine, back on track, and start doing the things that you need to do in order to live the healthy lifestyle that you strive to live and to achieve your dream body. So if you have any questions at all, guys, about motivation, consistency, nutrition, working out, any of those things, DM me on Instagram at dianarauer.fit. I'll put the link in the description so that you can actually see it. But feel free to message me at any time if you have any questions at all. And I hope this video helps you guys. I'll see you in the next one.